Hello. So it's been a long while since I have done a Facebook Live, and that's because our store has been incredibly successful online, and I appreciate all of your support for it. If you have not checked it out, please check it out. It's booksdelsur.org, and we have most of our book collection on there, almost middle school and high school. Still will come on this summer sometime. It's just been a crazy whirlwind of a few months, and I should be probably here today telling you about Frida Kahlo in English, but I've just been not bombarded isn't the word, but inundated or overwhelmed with professional development requests and thinking and things like that. And this last weekend when I was at the WIABE conference, which was amazing, thank you Eva-Lise and all of WIABE people, and it was an amazing conference, but I just was reminded, and I'm reminded every day, of how my shtick, which I like to call my shtick, have you heard my shtick? How so many people haven't heard my shtick, and so I should share it, and also just let you know that I am available to work with your schools on a online basis, like come and do a professional development online, or fly in. I have been doing professional development for a long time, on and off inside the classroom for probably the last 10 years. 2008 was the first time I took a position outside of the classroom. And I kept going in and out and in and out because honestly, I just love the classroom. It's where all the action is. But I've been trained in really amazing professional development. If you saw, I posted a professional development opportunity this summer with two of my favorite people, Ron Lott and Kelly Jones. They're doing a session in Madison, Wisconsin on reflective coaching. And if you are not familiar with reflective coaching, check out the page and contact them. They are incredible people. So, and Ron Lott has led me in adaptive schools training, which is some of the best professional development I've had in knowing how to work with groups. So anyway, that's my professional development shtick and all the things that I've been fortunate to be trained in. And over the last 2 years, I've been developing these book collections with Books del Sur. And also, I've been raising a young child. So I'm feeling like a little bit out of the woods. He's 2.5. He can say chanclas finally. So I'm feeling like I'm getting enough sleep where I can actually like get out and work with you guys a little bit. And feeling really confident in our book collections and how we can deliver them to you. That is really key to me because, well, I don't know if I've told you, but one of the huge reasons I started Books del Sur is because one of the book companies, which shall not be named, it's super large and has the most authentic text, hung us out to dry. They couldn't get us the books that we needed. And I know that in schools, if we can't get those books by our budget deadline, then we lose them. And that's a really big deal to me. Every penny counts, especially with our new Secretary of Education. Political comments aside. Okay, move on, Heather. So I want to give you quick my shtick because I'm actually like to pick up my kid. Hi, Colleen. Sorry. And here it is. Are you ready? So about books, types of books, books in Spanish. Boom. Here's my graphic organizer. I know I can't see it, Heather, but I'll post a little bit. I'll post a blog post about this below. Probably not till I get back from picking up my kid, though. So patience. I want to talk to you first about the first kinds of books that I identify, and this is the most prevalent kind of Spanish book that there is in the United States. These are translated popular texts, and if you come over here to my stand, you can see I've got some examples of that. Soñador, anything by Pam Munoz Ryan. She's amazing. I love all of her books about great Latino characters. They are translated though, so if you can read them in English, read them in English. Oops, this doesn't belong in that category. Let's put that one up there. No dejes que la paloma caduzca. Those are all the pigeon books. Knuffle Bunny, translated, amazing books. You recognize these. Anything by Eric Carle, translated. No David, translated. And shout out to my man from Madison, Wisconsin, Kevin Hanks, translated. Great book in English, amazing, translated. We know the problem with translations. They don't always translate. Culture doesn't translate, and words don't always translate. And don't even get me started about Dr. Seuss. Ugh. He's so fun and so whimsical in English, but in Spanish, no tiene sentido. So that's one. popular English books translated into Spanish. That's the first kind of Spanish book. That's the most common kind of Spanish book you will find. It's the most inexpensive, affordable. You'll have lots of those in your schools, in your libraries, et cetera, et cetera. Also in nonfiction, it's the absolute most common. I'd say 90% of the market is translated books. And that's even what I found in Latin America. So, interesting. The next kind of book is a really important book, and shout out to one of my favorite authors, Monica Brown, because this is the kind of book that is a bilingual book. It's bilingual, or some of them are written in Spanish and published in the United States. So one of the reasons I make the distinction between Spanish books published in the United States and outside of the United States is because books in the United States highlight people like Celia Cruz. I didn't bring her down. Sonia Sotomayor is another one. Who's this? Pele. Okay, so Pele might be highlighted in another place because, well, he's not from the United States. He's from Brazil. But something like Carmen Tafoya's work, like that's U.S. culture. That's so important to U.S. culture. This is a really important book. And I should give a shout out to Cinco Puntos Press. They're publishing amazing stuff. Charo Klaus and the Texas Kid. Xavier Garza has written some amazing things. He's also the author of Maximilian, the Mystery of the Guardian Angel. So these bilingual books are also really important for us to have in our libraries. They're not as common, I'm going to say that. And so they're a book that you would want to seek out. And if you're interested in me helping you seek these books out, I'm more than happy to do that. One of the reasons I'm super familiar with these is because I build book collections, and I did them in my school that I worked in forever. I've done them for large organizations and different school districts. So I'd love to help you build your book collection, and I want to help you make it a little bit more balanced, because so much of the time we're up in here. We're really deep in this area. And we have some of these bilingual books, but we need more of them. They're amazing books, and they're really important to our kids, especially how many of our kids are actually bilingual, born in the United States, right? So, and then finally, the third category of books is what I call authentic Spanish books, not translated, published outside of the United States. And those are the kinds of books that Books del Sur imports, okay? Amazing titles like fantasy fiction like Yakai, Viste America, upside down, awkward. Viste America is an amazing picture book that talks about all Native American groups around the Americas. The Amadeo series. Conocen los de cerca. This is the series by Tecolote from Mexico of all the animals written in poetry form. If you have not seen it, all of the 3 books in this series all look like this, amazing with really rich information. And then finally, hey, why would I not do a Facebook Live and not talk about the Antiprincesas, right? So biography series of the Antiprincesas is another example. That's a book published in the United States, but written by authors outside of the United States. So that is my quick shtick. That is my quick description of Spanish books and the types of books that are in our Spanish book collections. These Spanish book collections may be in your home. They may be in your classroom library, they may be in your school library, they may be in your school book room, but these are the types of books that are in our collections. And once we define them, well, the next step is to analyze the data. What do we have a lot of? What do we have a little of? What do we need more of, right? Those kinds of questions I can help you to answer. I can help you to analyze your data of the book rooms, of the book collections that you have. I'd love to do that for you. Reach out to me. I'm Heather at booksdelsur.org. I'm super late. My stepkids are home. Oh man, and that means that I'm really late picking up my kid from daycare. So it's been a pleasure to talk to you. It's been a pleasure to share my shtick with you. If you're interested, reach out to me, Heather at booksdelsur.org, and I will post when I get home from picking up my child the blog post that describes these 3 types of text. And let me know how I can help you grow your book collection, because our Spanish book collections are what open our kids' eyes to being bilingual, and being bilingual is beautiful. Have a good day. Can you hear my kids?